Hey guys and gals, welcome to K6 Outdoors. I am your host, Kyle. Need to be honest here, I'm a little bit more excited about this video than normal because I've been waiting for this Harbor Freight titanium modular welding table to show back up in stock. I looked at some last year and well, I just didn't pull the trigger, and apparently everybody's been buying them up. Also, I'm excited because this is gonna allow me to start some of the projects that I've been waiting to do. I've got that Art Captain welder over here, but I've been waiting, to get up off the ground to work on some stuff. We've got some projects I want to work on, and I'm going to take you guys along on that journey. I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time doing an unboxing and showing you this, so we're going to pop this into time lapse. I'll open this up, get all the parts out, and we will start assembling. Full disclosure, I bought this myself with my own money, and I am a novice welder. I mean, I've taken welding classes, and I can do various welding. I am no expert when it comes to welding tables, but I'll give you guys my unbiased layman's feedback, I would say. And we'll kind of go from there. So let's hop in, start unboxing this thing. We'll put it together and take a look at it together. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put this all together. The top is a little greasy as expected. It's just metal, so they put a little bit of Cosmoline and that wax rust inhibiting paper on there to keep this thing in good shape till it gets to you, customer. We're gonna go ahead and attach these here. We're gonna go ahead and put these screws through here, assemble this like we would be putting it on the tabletop, and then these outside legs go over top. Like that. So we're gonna go ahead and put these short legs on, those screws on the outside, and tighten them up. Just like so. And now we're gonna go ahead and attach the leveling feet, the adjustable leveled feet. I'm gonna do this temporarily. I'm gonna see if I can get some rollers to put on here because I don't like things to be stationary. It's gonna be a multi-purpose bench. Yeah, it's meant for welding, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like that pool table or the workout equipment you have in the basement. It's gonna become a one size catches most thing here. So, I'm gonna make sure I can easily move without having to skid it across the floor. So, pretty sure I already know what size these bolts are. We're gonna go double check that here in a moment. So in case you guys are wondering, how do you figure out what size these threads are? And what do you want to replace this with? I will put links down below, the stuff you guys can use here. Remember, these are affiliate links, so if you use them, I do get a little bit of commission off of them, but it's a great way to support the channel. It costs you guys nothing extra, nothing. So to figure this out, there's a couple ways you can do this, but since I have the tools, I'll show you how I do it. Using a thread gauge, you can check to see what size these threads are, the pitch, the distance between each thread. And how this works is this little gauge comes with various sizes of known pitches. And for instance, you would match it up, and if it didn't drop in, like, well, this one does, I grabbed the right one on accident. You see how it drops right into those grooves? That is the size of the thread. This is a 1.5. These are metric threads, so this is a 1.5 pitch. I've got a pair of Mitutoyos I've had since college, and they're 1 inch, but I can convert to metric. And the outside of this bolt measures 0.3850 inches. So if we take that times 25.4, which is a constant for standard to metric conversion, so 0.835 times 25.4, it's basically a 10 millimeter screw. So basically that is a 10 millimeter stud and a 1.5 millimeter pitch. So we need a, whatever it is, something male that goes in here that is 1.5 millimeter in pitch, 10 millimeter in diameter for it to work. I am going to take this with me to the store. You could do that same thing, take this with you to the store, compare them side by side to find what you need. That is the other way you can do that if you don't want to look for, hey, Amazon, what do I need? I need a 10 millimeter by 1.5 pitch thread. Because there are different, coarsenesses of threads across these different studs. I'm not going to bore you anymore with that. We'll hop on to the next part here. Stand it up and finish it. Then we'll come back and put the wheels on once I find some. So I did find some wheels that will work. I have these 3-inch casters that I picked up from my local big box store. I will put an Amazon affiliate link to something below just like this so you can find something that fits and works. I was going to order through Amazon, but well, I wouldn't have done today because I was out at the store. These are a 3-inch caster. They have that M10 by 1.5 thread on them, which is what really matters here, that would thread in the hole. So we're gonna go ahead and put it in here and try it out. Just like the main ones, it will just thread right in. Throw the thread in there as far as I can. And we'll tighten that lock washer down, or the lock nut that holds it all in place. It works out really well using that factory threaded on piece. They welded a nut on there. We got casters. These are good for about 125 pounds a piece, so 500 pounds of full, working load they can handle, which, the table is only rated for 600, so I'm probably never gonna have quite that much weight on there anyways. We got the casters installed here, and they seem to work very well. Just like the other feet that come on it, you can adjust it for levelness. I did get 2 locking casters, so that way, you can keep it from moving on you if needed. I'm not going to be laying on it, but the idea here is I can move this around the shop easily out of the way when I'm not using it, and then go about my day afterwards and push it out of the way so it's not just sitting in one spot. They say these holes are 2 inches apart, plus or minus 10 thousandths of an inch, so that's fairly accurate for what you would be doing here for doing any layout work. The holes are 5/8 holes. They're machined 20 thousandths over, well, plus 20 minus nothing, so they're going to be a little bit bigger, so you can fit items down here, but they're going to locate halfway well. And the table flatness is about 50 thousandths of an inch, which is, again, fairly decent for what this is. Not a super thick chunk of, it's not a $5,000-$6,000 welding table with a big chunk of ground steel, but this thing is, for what it is, it's doing the job. The table is 36 inches by 24 inches, so it gives you a nice area to work at. And if you're not using it for welding, you can use it for something else. Maybe you're going to do some sanding work on it, do some other type of assembly work. You've got a nice solid top here. So let's look at the flatness a little bit here. Now, is this a large square? No, it is a 12-inch piece off of my combination square that I have from my machining work. And so I know it's going to be nice and true and flat. Let's throw it on here and see what it looks like. I mean, I'll get you guys down here to see this, but at least over 12-inch areas, it looks really good. I mean, I don't really have a whole lot to complain about. A little bit of small gaps, but it's well within that 50 thousandths of an inch range. Get you guys down here so you can see. Right here in the middle, again, this is a 12-inch, so it doesn't give you the full span. Everything looks pretty solid in the middle. Clear across this, both sides when I was looking at it. Everything looks good. The only place you start to see any types of problems are on the outside edge here, where these bolts are, coming through and connecting to the frame. think it's just warping it a little bit, which would you expect with how this is set up. This is only like, I have to measure, but like 3/16 steel, I'm guessing. But you get out on top of these bolts, you'll see a little bit of light under there. But again, nothing of that I'm going to be worried about. So what's my initial thoughts on this? I'm going to be honest, pretty impressed, honestly. Again, keeping in mind this is a low budget, low cost, cheap table. It does have a little bit of those flatnesses once you get out here to the perimeter. You know, in the middle it looks pretty good. The outside edges maybe have a little bit of that 50 thousandths of an inch flatness they're talking about. Again, flatness is the surface as a whole. I was checking 12-inch sections. So if you were to use a bigger square or level, you're going to see more of that. I was going to use a level that I have, but it's been banged up and I just don't trust it. I know that is a good straight edge. It's impressive. It comes with all these different clamps, blocks, V-blocks, stops with it. And I believe I got this for the 25% off. I think I may only paid $145 for this table at the time. If you can find them in stock, that was part of the problem. I had to wait. I went ahead and upgraded the wheels, you know, so we can make it more mobile already. I want to be able to just take it over here and jam it against the wall when I'm not using it, or over here next to the welder. And then I can just, you know, when I'm ready to use it, set it up, put the wheel brakes on, put a clamp on, and start working. You know, just making things easy and mobile so things are not in the way. Again, I'm just a guy with a welder with a little bit of experience in welding. I'm not a professional welder by any means. I can make things stick together. I'm more of a grinder than I am a welder, but I can make things look pretty decent and work for the long term when we built these little barrel wagons out here. Hope you guys found this video informative and helpful. If you did, I greatly appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up button. Follow along and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Without you all, this channel does not exist. And maybe you learned something from me and you can, you know, take this into your buying decision as you're looking to buy something like this for yourself. I greatly appreciate you all stopping in. My name's Kyle. Until next time, take care of one another. I'll see ya.